Hi, and welcome back to Accidental Thoughts. I'm Jason.
I'm just Jimmy today.
Just Jimmy.
Just Jimmy. Just Jimmy.
He's
You know, I
almost
heard
correct.
that my name, Jim, is old. This morning, I was listening to the radio, and they said that if your name is Jim, you're old. And I'm like, just because you have the name Jim, old. And I'm like, well, that doesn't make me feel any better. I mean, I go by Jimmy. Does that make me any younger or
Right. You know what, though?
what?
Let's find
Speaking
out
of
something
old,
here since you brought. Yeah, Jason is all the way back to the Greek. So, Jason and the Argonauts.
oh yeah,
Yada, yada, yada.
yeah,
Yeah, so
better
let's
than
try
mine.
Jimmy.
Yeah. September of what?
God, yeah, you're right. It goes older than Jason. Diminutive of James ultimately stems from the Hebrew name Jacob, Yaakov.
Oh, that's
Meaning
great.
supplanter or holder of the heel, and has roots
Great.
dating back to ancient.
Great.
And here I thought I was going to make you feel better.
Yeah. Thanks for that walk down memory lane. That helps me. That you just said somehow or another my name is tied to Jacob. Doesn't make me feel any better.
Yaakov.
Yeah.
In the,
Did you say what?
well, Jason
say that again?
Yaakov.
Oh, okay.
I'll
If you'd had a few
have to
too
spell it
many,
for
you
you.
would have thought you said something else.
Well, the name
What are you
Jason
doing in
has
there?
ancient Greek, derived from the Greek word iastasthai, I can't pronounce it, meaning to heal or healer, and has been used in Western culture since antiquity. So you're
Well.
ancient and I'm an antique. We're good.
Says the antique. We're good.
Right? But
We're good.
your
Okay.
name, the one I was pronouncing was YA apostrophe AQOV. Yakov.
Okay.
Is
If
how
it ever pops up on
assuming it's
Wordle one
pronounced.
day, I'll know what to do. So,
Right? Except for it won't have the apostrophe there.
oh, that's good.
Or the
Well, that would suck.
Yep.
If the games like that came up with apostrophe. Oh man, I would quit. I wouldn't play. I'd be like, nope,
dude, especially the Tros.
Yeah, no, golly, I couldn't do it, man. I'd be like, no, that ain't happening.
Right.
Anyway, did you have something you wanted to share with us real quick about how old and antique things are?
Well, sure, why not? Since we're on the subject.
Yeah.
April 3rd,
Tell us what it is.
very first cell phone call was made from Times Square by Martin Cooper. There's your fact for the day. You learned something today. Now we can get on to the stupidity.
Stupidity! Yes. We have plenty of it. Oh, yes. We have plenty of it. Oh, we're not lacking in stupidity. We dwell in it. We sit there and we grow it just so that everybody knows.
I've always said it's hard to soar with eagles when you're surrounded by turkeys. So,
Yep. Well, anyway, earlier today, me and you were talking about the fact of, certain subjects and stuff like that. And somebody today, when I was doing my stuff, made a comment, and when they said it, I was kind of like, that would make a good conversation piece if I looked it up. And so I decided to, and believe it or not, there's actually this deal where like for top podcasts and stuff like that. And this was actually one of the top 20, conversation pieces that they have. This is basically some of the weirdest, wildest, craziest superstitions from around the world. Okay. And some of them, I was reading through it earlier. Some of them are kind of like, what? Some are kind of funny. Like, you're not supposed to whistle indoors. Okay. Inside. You're not supposed to whistle. It's supposed to be like communicating with.
There's actually laws.
Yeah. In some countries there is. Yes. In some countries there is. And I was sitting here.
Just on an episode, a government building in Austin or something like that. You can't whistle inside.
Something like
It
that,
was for a
yeah.
different reason with that one, but
Right.
it was on the books here in Texas somewhere.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's just, you're just like, what? But one of the things that popped up first was pretty funny. I mean, when I say funny, it would be, to us, it would be kind of, you're never supposed to say happy birthday too early. Okay. In Russia, it is considered to be bad luck to wish anybody happy birthday before the day. It's kind of like one of them walking under the ladder with a black cat, across some broken mirror kind of. It's supposed to be bad luck if you say happy birthday too early. And I thought, okay. Another one was in Mexico and elsewhere. You're not supposed to place two mirrors opposite of each other. The reflections may look cool, but it's supposed to be like a doorway for the devil. How many times have you ever taken two mirrors and set them up and like, check it out, check it out? It's like for mirror. No, but it's supposed to be a doorway for the devil. And I'm like, what?
I mean, we're talking about the same culture that believes in the chupacabra. So,
yeah, right. Then there was some other one. There was some other kind of, that I did not know. If you put chopsticks down in your food in Japan, if you stick them in there or something like that or another, it's supposed to be unlucky or something. Down in your food is a big no-no. Yeah, it looks like an unlucky number 4, which means death. And I'm like, wow. And it's just plain rude. Yep, I did not know that. But I'm going to get to the one. Where's the one? There's this one that I read a while ago. I thought it was funny. And I was like, okay.
I got a good one for you.
Okay, if it's from France, hold up.
No.
Okay, go ahead.
Nope. I'll let you pull up France in Rwanda. It is considered bad for women to eat goat meat because it'll make them grow a beard.
Oh, yeah? That's a weird one.
We might have just figured out the secret of bearded ladies in every circus everywhere.
I don't know if it's going to help any, but okay. I found it. Here it is. All right, you ready for this? There's like 2 of them in a row here. The 2 of these together, and I don't know why they're together on this list. So I am not the kind of person that just pulls up stuff like this. But anyway, you ready?
I'm listening.
Stepping in dog poop isn't necessarily bad. This one seems unlucky all around, but just go with it. Stepping in dog poop is actually considered good luck in France. And if you do it with your left foot, it's only bad luck if you step with your right foot.
Right foot, yep.
So, like, I don't see good luck about stepping in dog crap. And I was like, how is that even who come up with that?
I don't know. It'd be interesting to dive into some of the history of some of these.
You could do the field test, my man. I'm not doing it.
How many times have you come in with a baseball cap on, working out in the yard, whatever, tossed it on the bed, didn't think nothing of it?
What now?
You don't wear hats. But okay,
no, well,
baseball
I used to wear hats all the time.
Yard, get done, you come in to clean up,
right,
and you throw it on the bed. You take it off as you're walking through the bathroom to clean up, toss it on the bed, right? Mm-hmm. Don't do that in Italy.
Oh yeah,
because it signifies death. Placing your hat on a bed.
Huh? Yeah. That's kind of weird. Did you know also in Russia that if bird poop lands on you or something that belongs to you, it will bring you wealth?
Really?
So if a bird takes a crap on your car, it says if it belongs to you, you buy a car and you get bird poop on it, you will come into wealth. I don't see how.
You know, another good one from Russia is putting empty bottles on the ground. So I could just see somebody, chugging the vodka back and, hey, we put this one here. We put this one here. We bring lots of good luck to Mother Russia.
It's like, what? Did you know? Okay, here's 2 about owls. An Egyptian superstition that if you see or hear an owl, terrible news is coming. Yet another reason not to hang out in the woods at night. I'm like, okay. But, and an owl in your house brings death in Italy.
You know, a show we were watching not too long ago actually had that theme in there, but it was actually associated with aliens and abduction. But an owl would visit this lady after she was abducted, and it was something to signify that the aliens had supplanted her memories of being abducted with that of owls. So,
yeah, but who?
It was a Resident Alien, the show
Who?
Resident Alien.
Never mind, you totally missed it. Forget it, man. You totally missed it, man.
Yeah, I did.
Who? Well, it was
you.
Man, forget it. You missed it.
All right.
Did you know that? Hey, this is kind of like one of those deals with the Punxsutawney Phil, man. Check this out. If you're knitting outside, it can prolong winter in Iceland.
Them outside, they brought us their winter.
But what gets me, yeah, somebody's apparently doing a lot of knitting outside over there. But what gets me is, who, I'm still stuck on the owl thing. Who comes up with this stuff? I mean, exactly. Who?
Ooh.
Here's one. In Syria, you're not supposed to play with yo-yos.
Why not?
They're banned in 1933 over the fear that they would cause a drought. And, yeah, and they're still looking to outlaw fidget spinners.
Okay. I see why. Yeah, I say those things should be outlawed anyway. They're annoying as hell.
What's the matter?
I don't know about your kids. My kids have them everywhere, and they're like,
oh my gosh. Yeah, who cares? I mean, it's
get it going, right?
You look at
Superstition wise,
this.
yeah, who cares?
Yeah, I mean, who comes up with this crap? I mean, seriously, don't do this. I mean, there's, like the knock on wood. Okay. I think we've spoke about this one time about knock on wood.
On this one.
Yeah.
I've got some history on this one.
Yeah.
Knocking on wood.
We've talked about it before.
British. Yep. The actual origins and even meanings of the phrase are varied as the cultures which use it, with some suggesting roots in Indo-European or Celtic belief that spirits, good and bad, resided in trees, and then they'd be called upon or chased away based on knocking on wood. Right. In more modern times, we look at it as, hey, I'm not gonna speak this into existence. I'm gonna chase this bad omen away by knocking on wood.
Right.
So
I knew we have spoke about that one before somewhere along the line. I don't remember where it was, but some of them, I mean, and that's going to, that's just getting into like mythology and lore and stuff like that. And I understand that, but I mean, it's stuff like this, like in India, it's bad luck to cut your hair on a Tuesday.
Really? Why?
Yeah, okay. I mean, I don't know, man. Some of them just, I don't know. It just seems kind of goofy. In Russia, you're supposed to gift yellow flowers if you gift yellow flowers, then you're cursing your friend when infidelity.
The opposite of courting.
Exactly. Here, we're a friend. There, you get nada.
Well, that's weird because
it's like, okay.
There. How did it become a good thing here then? Because you give your friends yellow flowers.
Right.
You give the woman you love red roses, etc.
Correct.
Or whatever their favorite flowers are. But yellow rose, especially in Texas, signifies friendship.
Friendship, right.
So
you know what? We ought to look it up. That's an interesting kind of a deal. This is where accidental thoughts really comes into full effect, people. We are just on the cusp of breaking through. No, we're not. We're just being stupid. Okay. The color of the flowers deal. What do they symbol? Yellow, red, we know pretty much. But,
Here's the AI overview, if you will. Yellow flowers are widely associated with friendship, joy, happiness, and positivity. Used to brighten someone's day or celebrate a milestone. They can mean friendship,
Except in
joy and happiness, new beginnings and hope. And there's some cultural variations. Some cultures may have different interpretations, as you've so said.
Exactly.
With mourning or jealousy in certain contexts, even. So they can also represent platonic passion. Daffodils specifically represent new beginnings and hope. Sunflowers, yellow roses, symbolize friendship and joy, but can also represent platonic passion or appreciation. Daffodils can represent new beginnings. Sunflowers symbolize loyalty, devotion, and happiness, and marigolds with prosperity, good fortune, and remembrance.
Right.
Where were we saying the negativity one was?
Crap. I scrolled down. Hold on. Okay, we're past the bird poop and all that.
Was it India?
India. No, that's the haircut deal. Russia. It's Russia.
Russia.
Yeah, Russia. For some reason.
It says...
I don't know why.
Well, it says in Russia, even yellow flowers generally symbolize friendship, joy, and happiness. Some cases, like with yellow roses, they can be also associated with jealousy or betrayal, depending on the context and the recipient's feelings. So
interesting.
And another part of that Russian thing is that, did you know it's customary to gift them an odd number of flowers? Like here we do a dozen roses. You'd have to give them 13 or 11 or
a baker's dozen of roses.
Unless you're at a funeral. Yeah. That it's customary to gift an odd number in Russia.
Let me see if you know this one. Okay. This one, I knew about this. I learned about this probably about, I don't want to mention how many, 30 years. Okay. Anyway, this was interesting. In what country do you think that if you do the cheers with water, it actually is wishing death upon the people that you're drinking with?
That's a good question. I wouldn't be surprised.
You've been there.
You're like Czechoslovakia.
No,
I wouldn't be
you've
German.
Been there. Germany?
Yep. I've never heard that, and I lived over there, and they always, even with the beer, eins, zwei, drei,
no, but Prost. It's with water. If you do cheers with what? That's what I'm saying. I'm like, how many people over there? It's like Ireland. What is this water? It's like I just saw that and I was like, yeah.
Most of mine at lunchtime at work would go home and have a room temperature beer with their lunch. They didn't drink a lot of tap water because the tap water wasn't that great over there. If they did drink water, it was bottled or filtered.
Right.
Kind of like we do here. Yeah, if you're ever doing water, it's not usually straight from the tap because of the chlorine content down here. And I know you're on a well, so you have filtered water just to get some of the extra schmutz from the ground out of it.
Yeah, it works great. Anyway.
Yeah, it does. I'm fine.
In Japan, you are not supposed to sleep with your head in the north direction is bad luck because how the deceased are laid to rest. So you're not supposed to sleep with your head facing north in Japan. But in Africa, you're not supposed to sleep with your head facing west.
Oh, no, west. Okay.
No, west. And it's like,
you know what though? Japan, it makes sense. Didn't feng shui originate in Japan? Yeah, you're gonna make me look that up too, huh?
That's like trying to spell a word. Do I really want to spell it? It might not come out the way I want it to. What are you going to look up? Feng shui? Nope, that's not how you spell that.
China. Sorry, Japan. It comes from ancient China. Yeah. And you know what feng shui is, right?
Yeah.
We all have a general idea. Feng shui, is arranging buildings, objects, etc., in a way that achieves harmony and balance with your environment.
Harmony. All right.
Yeah.
Anyway,
there won't be no harmony.
In Egypt, it is dangerous, which I don't even know how to even explain this, but in Egypt, it is dangerous. It is not, it is bad luck to Play with scissors. Play with scissors. No. Hey, do you know in Turkey, if you have itchy hands, it means you'll have some money, but an itch on your left hand means you'll lose money. So if your hands itch, if your right hand itches, that means you'll come into some money. Where's the genie? No, it don't work that way.
What's it mean when your left shoulder hurts all the time? Oh no, I'm kidding.
That is
a good one that everybody always mentions, but I don't think most people really know where it originates.
What's that?
A lot of people, and I'm going to ask you, Friday the 13th.
What about it? That just happens to be. Well, that just happened to be the day where there was like a mass execution, I guess you could say, of witches. That's what that was.
Actually, it goes back to Norse mythology. I remember reading this one. And I have it pulled up so I could reference it accurately here. 12 gods were having a dinner party, 12 Norse mythic gods. And the 13th guest, who is Loki, arrived and chaos ensued. Ever since then, the number 13 has been a harbinger of misfortune. Now, in old British culture, Fridays were considered unlucky. I don't know why, but how's that harmony working out for you? But seriously,
if I disappear, you'll know what happened.
Friday the 13th stuff of horror movies is what most people associate it with Jason and, Friday the 13th movies, but it goes way back. And according to Christian teachings, Jesus was crucified on a Friday, which is where we get an unlucky Friday. And then the 13, which is his 12 apostles and him. That's another potential origin of that fear.
So you're trying to tell me that Friday's unlucky?
According to the old Bible and all that, it was the day Jesus was crucified, was a Friday, as well as he had 12 disciples.
Do you feel unlucky on Friday?
Hell no. I just get out my hockey mask, go play on Friday the 13th. Come on.
Okay, I didn't mean like that, dumbass. I'm not saying, hey, look, you're on the news.
It's getting hard to tuck this thing in.
Yeah, they're not going to, see you wad that up underneath the mask. They won't figure me out this way. You have your own filter for your voice. Yeah. They won't recognize you. Yeah. Who was it? It couldn't have been me. No, he speaks too clearly. The other guy had a muffled kind of voice. Kind of sounded like this. You didn't understand anything.
Yeah. He sounded like he was holding a beard over his face or something.
If you were wearing a mustache guard.
Hey, mine should be here by Friday the 13th, man. Wait. That was the silliest thing ever. Especially the guy looked like he had his mouth in a baby's dirty diaper on the pictures.
Okay. I didn't see that part of it.
You didn't see that one? He had that thick green
I didn't
smoothie
think
all
of it
over.
that way. I didn't think of it like that.
It came to my mind. That looks like a baby dirty diaper poo.
Leave it to you, dude.
Well,
did you know?
Now that I said it, can you think of it any other way?
No. Do you know that gifting anything with a blade can supposedly sever a relationship? So if you receive a knife or a pair of scissors as a present, give the person a coin in return. Why a coin?
Give me that coin.
Here's your buffalo nickel, buddy.
I guess because if you give them a coin, it signifies you paid for the gift. Would be my guess. It nullifies the giving of a blade.
Yeah.
In terms of the superstition. Good thing we're not superstitious.
Yeah. I'm not superstitious.
Who's here?
Yeah. It wasn't me.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing.
Well, you ever heard?
The thing that
You ever heard?
I'm done. looking these up.
Okay.
That's the thing.
Have you ever heard of the old 3 on a match?
No.
Have you heard that one? About lighting
No.
3 on a match? It's believed to have been around since before World War II. Idea goes 3 soldiers lit their cigarettes from the same match. One of the 3 would be killed. If 3 of them did, one of those 3 would be killed in the next battle. Specifically, the third guy to light. So you'd get 2, toss it.
Yeah. See, that's a thing, though.
Part of that was because they were actually giving away their position with the match and the fire and the flame and the light that came off of it.
That's where you strike it over here.
Third, pick you off. Yeah. Literally, they actually banned soldiers in World War II from lighting more than 1 cigarette with a match. And they had to actually pass the cigarette around and light it off the other cigarette. Because it put off less light. So.
And that's another tidbit shared to you today by none other than Jason the Man.
Smoker Chapman.
Yeah. Who is going to be getting his mustache guard on the 13th. Wait, we're already past the 13th.
Friday.
You gotta go check your porch.
Yeah. No, that wasn't Friday. Friday was the 14th last week.
14th.
We don't have Friday the 13th.
It was the Naba Day. Here's the thing, though. You look at these things. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, some of them are just, I don't know. Just some of them, I can understand some of them because of, mythology and things of that nature. I can. Some of them, though, you look at them, the itchy hand deal. I don't know. Play with scissors. Okay, first of all, it doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter. It's
scissors.
That's just duh. It's like, okay, that could be dangerous.
Good heavy-duty Cutco shear type scissors, right? Good heavy-duty ones. Like we used to have safety scissors with plastic and had just the little blade around the edge. You could still cut yourself with that when you were a kid. But I actually saw in like 2nd grade a little girl cut off about that much of her finger with a pair of them Cutco scissors. We ran out of safety scissors and the teacher gave her that one.
Doesn't matter where you are, it's still dangerous. That's the whole point. Exactly. It doesn't matter. But I can tell you this much. There is no, if it's in France, if you are in France, if you just happen to be listening to this and we're just sharing this little bit of tidbit of information to you, if you're walking out and about today, and it doesn't matter what you're doing, how you're doing it, or whatever your case might be for the day, just make sure that you step in dog shit with your left foot. That is so dumb. I'm sorry. That is just dumb.
You want to talk about bizarre, though? I got a good one for you.
What's that?
You ready?
That's just dumb.
This is something you and I both dealt with in our previous life as contractors.
Oh, okay. I was getting ready to say, wait, don't tell everybody about our previous lives. Oh, yeah, the ladder deal?
Walk under a ladder.
Right.
Why is that?
What do you mean? Why is it bad luck?
Why is it bad luck? Because, and you ready for this? The superstition is that this ladder forms a triangle, which symbolizes the Holy Trinity. And by walking under it, you disrupt that spiritual shape. So unless you want Satan as your lunch buddy, steer clear of the ladders. That's where the superstition comes from.
Who come up with that?
I don't know. It's off a web. It's off top 10 worst superstitions and their origins. And
no.
Walking under a ladder disrupts the sacred shape and invites the devil himself, apparently. So that is not why I heard you didn't walk under a ladder. I heard you didn't walk under a ladder because that guy.
Because I don't want somebody to drop something on my damn head.
Exactly, but apparently the superstition around it, because it was
that's not superstition. That is just preservation of life for me. That ain't no superstition. What kind of crap is that?
On that point, most of these superstitions, mind you, not the walking in dog crap with your left foot, but most of these superstitions arrive from some point of common sense in the past. Friends, we were talking about the unlucky 13. To this day, there are buildings built and have no 13th.
Don't have a 13th floor, but it does. It just don't number it that.
room. They don't even number a 13th room. Actually,
Right.
believe it, yeah, they typically do have that floor that is technically 13, but it's like a
Right.
mechanical room most of the time. It
Right.
also turned out in many ways to be a good spot to split the mechanical in a building, on a skyscraper, every 13th
Right.
floor. But your most of them come from some form of common sense, and then the lore gets built around them until you end up with something like you're breaking up the Holy Trinity by walking under a ladder.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Or for instance, the other thing, like the match makes perfect sense. Don't light 3 cigarettes
Right.
off one match. Well, in
Right.
everyday life, it's just a superstition. In the
Right.
trenches of World War II, if you even lit one, if the enemy caught sight of that flame, you were dead.
Oh,
If
yeah.
you lit 3,
Exactly.
somebody was gonna die.
Sorry.
And
Yeah.
so, the longer the match burned, the more likely you were to give away
Yep.
your
You're giving away
position.
your position. Exactly.
Even for instance, and you've probably seen me doing this when we've talked. I hold my cigarette like that a lot. It was just
Yeah.
something I was taught as a young man because of the military side of my dad. You hid the cherry. You hide the cherry. If you're out smoking in
Right.
the dark, nobody's going to see the cherry of your cigarette. And it's not something that, because most of these kids you see that have never been around that smoke like this or like
Right.
this. I will hold my cigarette like that. And it's just because of habit of being around military people my entire childhood and life.
Right.
And that was what they did. They taught them that from that same 3-match rule, 3-in-1 match
Right.
rule.
Right.
That you don't give away your position. That was actually taught widely in Nam,
Right.
believe it or not, the hide and carry style of smoking.
Exactly.
And, I won't lie, I utilized it through high school not to get caught smoking in the bathroom. But, hey, I have a feeling Mr. Timothy McVeigh knew exactly what I was doing, the school security. He just was a real nice guy and let me off the hook a lot. But
Yeah.
rest his soul, man, he was a good man. He steered a lot of kids in that school right. But yeah, no, superstitions though. Odd things, or
I'm not
is there
buying
some
into the dog
reality?
poop one. The dog poop one, I'm
Yeah,
not
no.
buying into.
I'm also
I'm
not
not.
buying into the yellow flowers. Now, the one thing I do like about the Russian thing is that they give them in odd
Right.
numbers. In fact, one thing I didn't get to mention earlier on that was the fact that if you're interested in a lady, you're supposed to bring her 3 yellow flowers.
Mm.
I
What
guess
if you
that would
wanted to go
signify
away
that
or something? What's that supposed to
her
be?
virginity. I have no idea. It didn't say that, but it's
Yeah.
like because
Yeah.
they said don't bring
Just
yellow
bring
flowers to them.
bring 3 stems. Oh, okay.
Three stems and say they were yellow. Yeah.
Yeah. They were yellow. The thought counts. Trust me.
Speaking of thoughts, that's all the time we have with Accidental
I
Thoughts.
thought so.
We'd like to thank y'all for joining us. Find our channel at YouTube and subscribe. Accidental Thoughts. I'm
Check it out.
Jason, and
I'm
he
Jimmy
and I.
again.
Yeah, check us out. Subscribe, like, share, and comment. Y'all
Yeah.
have a good one. Bye bye.
Later.